Hi craft nerds, how's it going? I've got a haul for you guys. I did some shopping at Fusion Beads. If you've watched some of my other haul videos, you'll know that I'm amping up to start a collection. I create a lot of my jewellery in collections where I'll pick a theme and some colours and things to keep everything cohesive, but also as a way to help me stay inspired, because I find really imposing parameters is one of the easiest ways to help your creative juices. So if you're really feeling in a bit of a rut, put some self-imposed limitations. You don't have to do a whole collection, but maybe just challenge yourself to making a certain piece in certain colours, or pick a theme and challenge yourself to create something in that theme. So anyway, I bought some things to go along with my collection. It's still in early days, so I don't know yet exactly what it will be. Only that I've been inspired by roses and thorns, red, black, very Gothic themes, which is probably not surprising given I do a lot of Gothic style craft and things like that. So anyway, I bought some things from Fusion Beads. I got some more of my black tubing. If you've watched my Gothic mirror tutorial, you'll have seen this being used. I bought this before I realised I could get a similar type of thing from Bunnings that had the wire embedded into it. So if you've seen my video, in fact I'm not sure which one will air first, this one or my fairy wand. But when my fairy wand tutorial does become live, have a look at that. I have got some different tubing that I bought from Bunnings, which is an Australian store, and they sell, everything for home hardware and that sort of thing. If you're overseas, I would recommend trying your nursery, or as in plant nursery, anywhere that sells plants, because the wire that I got from there, the tubing, sorry, with the wire, was for tying up plants. So, and I never would have thought to go and look in that section. I just happened upon it when I was looking for something else. But that's okay. Even though I already do have that tubing, I did buy these beforehand, and I will get use out of them anyway, so it's not a big deal. It's great for beading over. So if you're creating, say you're making a right angle weave tube, for a necklace or some sort of tubular beaded necklace, this is a support structure for that beadwork so that it keeps its shape and doesn't sort of collapse. But I've ended up, as you know, using it in all sorts of different craft projects as well. And I have a very organic style. I like anything. I guess I'm inspired by nature. I'm inspired by lots of things. I don't like to say I'm inspired by a certain thing, but I like a lot of natural shapes, I guess, rather than geometrical shapes. So I have enjoyed using the tubing in to make things look like they've got vines and things around it, and give it just a very natural, interesting shape to things. So yeah, anyway, Fusion Beads, if you're wanting to get the tubing from there, so if you can't get it from a hardware store, then that, or a plant nursery, then you can definitely get it from Fusion Beads. So anyway, moving along, I have been getting some spikes because, as I mentioned, I want a rose and thorn sort of theme. So I got these great little miniature spikes. Hopefully you can see them okay through the plastic. I might pull them out. I think these are adorable. Tiny little spikes. So those will be great. I really like these. In fact, I wish I'd got more of those ones because, yeah, they look really cool. With the rose theme in mind, I got these little tri-corner connector things. These are great for either the front of a necklace, you know, to sit here. You can sit your pendant there, and then, you know, obviously the chain around there. You could use them as earrings, almost like a chandelier earring. All sorts of things. You can think really creatively and use them differently again. Anyway, I thought they'd be really nice, so I got those. I love these. These are so pretty looking. These little silver roses. These are Hill Tribe silver roses, so I don't think they were the cheapest thing. And I'm not gonna give prices this time because it just gets a bit messy trying to check through for prices. But just check out Fusion Beads. I think they still have these on sale. It doesn't have the price written on the thing, but I'll give you another look. Really beautiful looking pieces. 15mm they are. Now, I don't know if you will have heard of Green Girl Studios, but I've seen the Green Girl Studios pieces. I'll take this one out actually. At a few different shops, and it's very much, they look like hand cast silver components, mainly silver. I'm not sure if there's other metals, but very beautiful, unique, interesting pieces. So, and I saw this rose and just thought it was absolutely beautiful. I mean, that's really pretty. Lovely work. More expensive. You do pay premium for them, I guess, but I am really wanting to use some really special components in this collection. I've seen a lot of Gothic stuff there's a lot of cheap Gothic stuff out there as far as jewellery goes, and I really want to add some really special elements and make some really beautifully beaded pieces for this collection that are just really quality. So that's what I'm thinking, I guess, for this. So I don't mind spending a little bit extra, I guess, is the upshot, for a few special components. I got these little skulls. Hopefully it will be able to focus on that. It's just a little skull bead with a hole. Well, it's interesting actually. It's got a hole through the head and a little hole through, like at the bottom, so that you can hang something off it, and it's not quite wanting to focus on that, unfortunately. It has got roses on the skull. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. You might have to just trust me on this, because my camera does not seem to want to focus on that one. But it is a very nice skull bead, and I got 2 of those. So yeah, it's a pewter TIERRACAST bead. I got 2, and yeah, it's got that Gothic look, but it does have the rose element in there as well. So those are really nice. I got some other gunmetal ones as well. Virtually the same concept, but different hole. Again, it's so small, it's going to be really hard to get it to focus on that. But it's basically the same skull bead, except that it doesn't have the hole through at the bottom, like doesn't have the loop at the bottom. What I might do, if some of the beads don't show up too well, I'll see if I can get pictures and insert them into the video. But basically, just a nice gunmetal skull bead with the roses on it as well, like embossed. You know, you can only subtly see the roses, but they're quite nice beads anyway, and I think will look good in the collection. I am not entirely sure about these, to be honest. They're little black stud glass beads. They might end up better than they look. I guess with studs, I want them to have the sharp edges, and now that I see these, I don't know if it's going to be quite right, but I mean, it does have a nice colour. It's that sort of hematite colour. It's, what's it say, 12mm gunmetal 2-hole glass stud beads. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's got the 2 holes, if you can see there. I think they will be nice. I think I'm just being fussy. I do like, though, the metal studs that have the real sharp edges to them, I guess, and wouldn't mind finding some of those as well, so that I can maybe incorporate that into some pieces. But otherwise, I do think they'll be nice. These I love. And I've used something similar to these before. So let me see if I can. They are glass. They're not metal. They're glass as well. Same colour really as those other studs. And as you can see, they're spike beads in a gunmetal finish. Really nice and shiny. And I got a bunch of them. These are probably one of my favourite ones that I got, and I might need to pull them out of the bag. They are SWAROVSKI hearts in a light SIAM colour with the hole down the centre. So pretty. And, you know, that camera's just not showing off just how pretty these are. They are really beautiful, and the light just goes through them and they just glitter and sparkle really nicely. I was trying so hard. Like I had put all sorts of things in my cart when I did this order. It was like twice the size of what I'll end up showing you here today. And then, which is what I tend to do, I'll put everything in and then I'll cull it and work out what I really want. And one of my stipulations to myself was it has to be something that's for this collection, like it has to work in with this collection. This is the right colour, but it's a heart, it's not a rose. Technically probably shouldn't be in this collection. Might work though, just because the colour, and you know, hearts with Gothic stuff I think looks great. But I was pushing it, but I just couldn't say no to those. They're just so pretty, and I knew I would use them for something. I got a different size as well, so yeah. How's that for willpower? Terrible, terrible. I did get some other things in the SWAROVSKI category in Siam Ruby as well. Just these little rose montees, 6mm rose montees. And there's not many there, which I wouldn't mind some more actually. I wouldn't mind a factory pack, to be honest, but they're expensive, so I don't know. I just got a couple of little ones. I guess I will have to do what I can with those ones, but there's not too much there. These are cool as well. These are also SWAROVSKIs. They are a black double spike bead. Maybe I'll pull one out. I love these. They're so good, but obviously more expensive than using like the Czechoslovakian spikes and things that I showed you. So, you know, you have to kind of go sparingly with things like this. See if you can see it. So yeah, so it's got a spike on either end and the hole through the middle. And I just think it could look really awesome, you know, just as a spacer bead, or I don't know, even in some earrings, like having a spike down there. I only got four of those, which now that I see it looks Look, they're so sad on their own. They need more buddies. I need to buy them some more buddies because they're going to get lonely. You know, and I don't want them to get lonely. So I probably need to go shopping and get some more beads. I'm terrible, aren't I? I got some larger spike beads as well. Same thing, concept. So these ones are 16 mil, whereas the other ones are... Where did I put them? So these ones are 16 mil, these ones are 12 mil. So not a massive difference. So again, love these. Really pretty. I'll use those in a similar way probably as maybe on either side of, say, a pendant. Or earrings or something like that. I'm not sure yet how everything's going to unfold, but I'm just getting all the components and then I will sort of start planning from there. These are really cool little black spikes. Hopefully they're showing up okay there. So yeah, I really like these ones. I think they're Czechoslovakian as well. Yes. 5 by 8 mil black Czech pressed glass spike beads. So those are very pretty. I don't think I showed these. These are same size, again in a gunmetal. Really like that gunmetal colour. It's really nice. So I love those. And I just couldn't go past these. These are almost a spike. They're sort of a spike, which is why I thought they would go. And they are called black spike, but they're a gemstone pendant spike thing. See there? I just thought they were really pretty. I got 2 of those. I could even just see those as earrings, to be honest. Like, you wouldn't even have to do too much because they're just so pretty on their own. What else do I get? Oh yeah, so along with those other black stud, gunmetal studs, I got black studs. 2-hole studs. So I think these will look good in like a choker or something like that. We'll see. These are really pretty. I love these. I'll have to get them out of the bag though. So got these little rose earring posts. So it's got the post, if you can see there. It's got the post there, as you can see, and you know the rose, and then you know you can connect whatever else you're wanting at the bottom of your earring there. So I only got 2 pairs of those. I don't know why I was holding back so much. I think because I'd already put through some orders with Antiqued before, which you've seen. Well, I don't know if you've seen all of it. One of the videos might still be coming. Anyway, I bought some things already, so I was sort of thinking, oh, I can't spend too much on one collection. You know, even though if I don't use the components, it's not like they're going to go to waste. They get used eventually, but I just didn't want to go too berserk, I guess. Trying to have some constraint. So these are Czechoslovakian pressed glass flowers, and they called it Old Rose. I think that's the colour actually, because it's almost a pink. It's like a pink red. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's I've used the flowers before. I quite like them in things, so I'll try and show them from the front. They just look like a little daisy to me, but they do call them roses, and I think depending on how I use them, I can make them look rose-like. So those should be good. And then I just have my crowning glory. This is beautiful. I love this. So, check that guy out. That is stunning. And trust me, I would have got a ton more, but it was not cheap either. And I forget the price. And I do have the prices, but I'm not going to go searching because it's such a long list of things. I think this is just beautiful. How nice is that? So, I mean, imagine that. You could do the spike, you could put the rose, a rose on top, or just have purely a spike necklace or hanging from a choker, whatever. So many possibilities. I love that. I was also very tempted by, there's some Swarovski skulls as well, but I guess technically speaking I'm trying to go rose and thorn, so again I was like, well, I've got some skulls already, I'll leave it. And they're not cheapest either. I think they're anywhere between I want to say $7 to $15 or something, I think, from memory, depending on the size of the skull that you get, but I see those in my future sometimes. So alright, that's it guys, I think. Yes. Thanks for tuning in. Go and check out Fusion Beads if any of that stuff looks interesting to you. They've got a fantastic selection of stuff. They've got the tubing, of course, if you need some tubing for different craft projects and maybe you're not able to get the other tubing that I've used before. And, you know, just have really nice Swarovski components and, you know, often have sales and things like that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you like my videos, please subscribe. It'd be lovely to have you on board as part of the Craft Nerd family. I've got all sorts of great things coming, and I'm just getting started, so come on board and let's have all sorts of creative fun together. Okay, anyway, see you Craft Nerds.